Hello, everybody.
Morning.
I want to welcome everybody here. My name is Steve Callahan. I'm a Nicholas County Circuit Judge. The reason I say I'm a Nicholas County Circuit Judge is as of January 1st, Nicholas County has 2 circuit judges. I want to introduce the other circuit judge, and it is Greg Tucker. He is seated right over there. So we welcome Greg Tucker to the bench. First time in the history of Nicholas County we've ever had 2 circuit judges, but we welcome Greg with open arms and look forward to working with him. And we're here to graduation. This is a happy day today. This is a really happy day. This is what helps recharge our batteries. We're graduating some people and from family treatment court and adult drug court. 8 people in family treatment court, 7 people in adult drug court. And we have, you can see up on the slide up there, as of today, we have 101 drug court graduates. We have assisted 62 families in this county. And we, as of today, will have returned 91 children back into drug-free homes. That's a big deal for this county. You think about the jail bill, it's really high, but between these 2 programs, we have between 70 and 90 people in these programs at any one time. That helps with the jail bill, but more importantly, it helps these people with their lives and getting them back in the community. And I hate to use the cliche, productive members of society. I hate to use cliche because they're old hat. See what I did there? And I like to tell a joke as we get through here. But, I mean, this is impactful for the whole county. It's impactful for these individuals, for sure. But these adult drug court graduates, they're back in the community. They're working out there. You see them. I guarantee you see them out there. They have their lives back. We have them. There's accountability is a big part of it. These people have their lives back and they're back in the community. And one big thing about our slide up here is through both programs, and all these people who graduated, all the children we put back in drug-free homes, across both programs, our recidivism rate is less than 1%. So that's also a good statistic. How do we do all that? We have teams. We have a drug court team. We have a family treatment court team. A lot of them are seated right over here. Without them, the team and staff, this would not be possible. Without the community participating, our landlords, our employers, they know us, they participate with us, they help us, and it's mutually beneficial for the entire county. And I want to tell you a quick story about the success of our drug courts. We had one participant who was a graduate, and without this program, he wouldn't have had a Christmas. He had 2 kids. And he wouldn't have had a Christmas. This program helped him get presents for his kids, and he's graduated a long time ago. But year before last, he came to the DRC, said, I want to donate $500. You guys saved my Christmas, I'm going to help save somebody else's. So that was heartwarming. So last year, just 2024, he came back, gave us $1,000. So that's uplifting to see. So I hope everybody had a good Christmas, and I want to tell the Christmas joke that I told all through, so here it is. If you know the answer, don't just say it. Does anybody know how much Santa's sleigh weighs? Sorry, messed it up already. How much does Santa's sleigh cost? Didn't cost anything, it was on the house. There we go. So one of my jobs here this morning is to introduce some guest speakers. And we have several guest speakers here, important guest speakers. We have a guest speaker here from Congresswoman Carol Miller's office. His name is Jonathan Hall, and I will recognize him now and ask him to come up and say a few words. Come on up.
So again, my name's Jonathan Hall, and I'm out of the Beckley office for Congresswoman Carol Miller, and it's my honor and privilege to be here and to bring the certificates that the Congresswoman has up for all the graduates. She asked me to express her congratulations to everyone and her thanks to all that's involved in this program, and let everybody know that anything they need moving forward, and to let her know and let our office know in Beckley or Charleston or Huntington or the main office in DC, and she'd be glad to help with that. Again, thank you so much on behalf of Congresswoman Carol Miller.
Thank you very much for that. And with all this snow, it kind of makes you think, does anybody know how you find Will Smith in the snow? Look for the Fresh Prince. Okay. Sorry about that. We have another important guest speaker here today. We received recognition from Congresswoman Carol Miller's office. We're also going to receive recognition from Senator Shelley Moore Capito's office. The representative's name is Todd Gunter, and I'll ask Todd to come on up now.
Thank you, Judge. It's an honor to be here today. I have greetings from United States Senator Shelley Moore Capito. It is my honor as West Virginia's senior United States Senator to celebrate today's graduation ceremony for the Nicholas County Adult and Family Treatment Courts. Although I am unable to join you in person, I want you to know how proud I am of this life-changing program and today's graduates. I can assure you, not a single person in this courtroom today who's not been affected by addiction. Whether you have personally struggled with substance use or watched helplessly while a loved one has struggled, we all know how painful and challenging overcoming this disease can be. Today's graduates should be proud of their accomplishments. You have successfully completed a rigorous program that includes mandatory meetings, counseling, job training, and abstinence from using drugs and alcohol. And most importantly, you have learned to take accountability for your decisions, which is key to continued sobriety and the reason for this court's great success. I would like to thank Judge Stephen Callahan and his team for their commitment to this treatment court. Additionally, I would like to recognize the prosecutor's office, the public defender's office, the sheriff's department, home confinement, day report, therapists, case managers, and everyone who plays a role in the success of this program. Together, you have rebuilt hope for so many individuals and families. And finally, to today's graduates, congratulations on your hard work and commitment to improving not only your own lives, but the lives of your children, parents, and those who love and depend on you. You make me proud to serve the great state of West Virginia and the United States Senate. Sincerely, Shelley Moore Capito. Congratulations.
Thank you for that, Officer. I recognize some proud graduates in the room here today. Welcome. We're glad to see you back. In just a second, I'm going to introduce another graduate who's going to be one of our speakers. And I just want to emphasize that this is a community project. It takes a whole community to make this work. So I'm glad to introduce one of our graduates. She did an outstanding job in this program. We're very proud of her. And her name is Jessica Taylor, and I'll invite her up now. Come on up, Jessica.
Thank you, Judge. As many of you know, accepting praise is not a strong suit of mine, so I'm going to keep this short, hopefully sweet, simple, and to the point. Judge Callahan and the team accepted me into the program February 22nd, 2023. I was hesitant to trust people and even more hesitant to trust with the process of growth. But here I am, 713 days later, confident in the person I have become. So let's start from the beginning. My childhood was pretty normal, both parents at home, father worked, and mom was there for everything. I graduated high school a year early, and then decided to go into the military. While there, I completed basic training, and while awaiting my orders, they asked me to run as a motivator for some girls who couldn't pass battle stations. I was so full of energy, I did it. In my third event, I was beaten and raped by 3 of our own officers. To make a long story short, I was beat so bad they put me out on a medical honorable discharge. So I left Great Lakes in a wheelchair and 3 huge bottles of OxyContin 80s. Well, when you say you can't get addicted after one, I'm foolproof you can. It numbed my heart, my body, my soul, my mind, everything. That was a very long 20-year battle of addiction, and not to mention a whole lot of legal trouble. During my active addiction, and at 41 years old, I was told June 20th, 2022, I was pregnant, which I was told in the military I could never have kids after what I've been through and with cancer, but I was pregnant. That day, I wanted to stop everything. I pretty much did, but I did use here and there thinking, oh, it'll be all right. Wrong. I had my son in my bathroom floor on January 26, 2023, which is what I also call my reward day from ever using again. We went to Somersville Hospital, then to Women's and Children's, and that's where I came home, and my son did not. My world was flipped upside down. Then somehow, this program, Family Treatment, was brought to my attention, and I was all about it. When I told everybody I would walk through fire for my son, I meant it. Judge Callahan and the family treatment team and everyone at DRC welcomed me with open arms. What I've learned about myself through this program has given me the confidence in my relationships and shows the love for those around me. Since I've done the work on myself through the help of Judge Callahan, Stephanie, Jacob Foster, my mom, and the team at DRC, I'm getting to be the mother to my beautiful baby boy who will be 2 years old on the 26th of this month. I have a stable home, my license. I am back in school taking classes to become a paralegal, but most of all, I'm taking it one day at a time. A huge thank you to everyone who has helped me and continues to help me in my time here, the people who have been patient with me as I learn new things, the people who didn't give up on me and stayed beside me, the people who have showed me and keep showing me what support looks like, and the people who has taught me how to trust and accept love. So even though I graduated the family treatment program on August 21st, 2024, the same people who helped me then keep standing beside me now. So graduates, even though you are closing one chapter, a new one is opening. Always remember, if you need help, you will always have the family and guidance you need with Judge Callahan and everyone at DRC. Trust me when I say that if I could do it, you can too. As of today, I'm 18 days away from 2 years sober, and I never want to go back to the old me. I buried her with my past. Thank you.
Outstanding, Jessica, and thank you. And that just one example of how impactful these programs can be on these participants and on the community as a whole. So we're grateful for that. And as far as I'm concerned, I just started another 8-year term as a circuit judge, and I am fully committed to keeping these programs going and building these programs wherever we can, because I want to put more numbers up on that board. I want to see more happy children over here. I want to see more happy children return to drug-free homes. I want to see more adults come out of drug courts with their lives back together. It works for them, it works for us, it works for everybody. What I'm going to do now is what could be the longest part of the program, is let Stephanie talk. But they are going to introduce the members of the treatment teams, and then we will hand the graduates their certificates and congratulate them. So I'll ask you guys to come up.
Our guest speaker had to run out because her baby is sick, so it never stops. The first thing we're going to do is introduce our treatment team, which they're two separate teams for adult drug court and family treatment court, but they do tend to overlap just with the people that work with both of the teams. So I think in one list I'm going to cover everybody. So we have Judge Callahan. From our prosecutor's office, we've had a change here in the last few days. So Jasmine Wharton was who did the cases for family treatment court. She's now the judge in another circuit, and so we have Anthony Salvatore now. And we also have Michael Cox and prosecutor Paul Williams who work with the teams. From the public defender's office, we have Joe Moscow, who works with the family treatment court, and Kathleen Murphy with adult drug court. Family treatment court has two attorneys that represent the best interests of the children, and that is Denise Pettyjohn and Anthony Selby. Our counselors for both programs are Emily Woods and Bob Faulkner. Our law enforcement representative is our Deputy Gerald Proctor, who's the bailiff for Judge Callahan. Myself and Sherry, Michael Underwood, and Kim Westfall are the officers for the two treatment teams, but our whole probation department participates, and that is our chief, David Sales, Jaron Moreland, Raven Anteline, Aaron Evans, Nick Nutter. But did I get everybody? We've grown. Okay. We also have dedicated CPS workers to the family treatment court program, and that is Rodney Blankenship and Amy Dorsey, and their supervisor Jennifer Hall is here today as well. And then we also have Sherry Yates, who is another worker that we love very much. We have Mike Williams, who is the attendance director for the Nicholas County Board of Education. We have Pastor Phil Wilson, who I don't think is here, and we'll all keep him in our thoughts and prayers. Tanesta Brooks is the judicial assistant for Judge Callahan. We have Gary Gerald and all of the staff at the Nicholas County Day Report Center. Debbie Sislovnik, who is a community member that volunteers her time. Allie Brooks, she's one of our service providers. And I saw Stacy Asbury back there as well. Scott Stanton has started joining our team. We have Sarah McClung and BJ Donato, who are our administrative assistants for the probation department. Rebecca Bates with Seneca and Recovery Ridge. And we have Jackie Hartstog and Kate Repass, who are with the VA, who help with the adult drug court team. Rhonda Terry, who is the peer recovery support specialist for both programs. And I always like to mention Susie Hill and Juliana Dotsinko because they are attorneys who represent parents and children, and they call in every week for family treatment court, which is something that they don't have to do and they choose to do. So we do appreciate our team members and would like to give them a hand and thank them. We do have a couple of people that we like to give special recognition to just for the role that they play in helping these programs grow and continue the way that they do. The first one is our Day Report Center. Without Gary and everybody down there, I don't know where our programs would be. They let us house our programs down there and provide so many of the services, from classes to transportation, community service, the PRSS. So it really wouldn't work without our Day Report Center. Our Pastor Phil always organizes our food for after graduation, which is probably the best part and what everybody looks forward to after having to hear me talk for so long. And I know that today there's some other churches that have participated in the food, so we want to thank them as well. Madison Heights, who's done our family portraits that you can see behind us. Our administrative office in Charleston and the justices for their support. Sozo and Andrea Cook for their recovery efforts in our community. Our DHHR, our ASO providers, the attorneys that work with both of the programs. Carol Miller's office and Shelley Moore Capito's office for being here and showing support. Our community, everyone from the city to the employers, the landlords, as the judge already mentioned. Without you guys being willing to work with us and give people a chance, we would be stuck sometimes. And of course, we always like to thank Judge Callahan because without him, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't have these programs. So, with that, I think we just are going to introduce the programs, a little bit of information about them, and then we'll introduce the graduates.
So basically, the programs are kind of identical in a sense. Everybody that comes through here, their goal is the same, and it's to get clean. And then, the joy at the end of it is their freedom and getting their kids back. But just like she said, they all come to the Day Report Center every day. We have evidence-based classes that we have facilitators down at the Day Report that they provide. They do our drug screens for us. They help with transportation. It's like almost a community effort too, with MTA as well. They are a big part, and we thank them for all their transportation that they give us, in Jobs and Hope. And even also, just to say, Camden, Lifeline, St. Joseph's. I want to recognize all of them. I don't want anyone to be left out. But, we are in a crisis with drugs, and we need as many services as possible. So, when they're down there with us, they have the support of us 24/7. And it's not just Kim and I or Stephanie and Mike. They have our phone numbers, and they can call at any time through the night. And we went out in the middle of the night, we've checked on them, and whatever was needed, we did. We have the therapy. They go through therapy. They're usually either with Bob through the DRC or with Emily through Lifeline. Trying to think of what else. It's the community service. We always try to give back to the community because they know what they had taken and how some community look, you know, at the drugs and the life that people live. So we also want to give back to the community.
One of the biggest parts in recovery is that service saves lives. That's what one of our former PRSSs taught us. And I think that's a gift that we're able to give back to the community in a more positive way versus some of it having had been more negative prior to what we're working on now.
And the programs are not easy. People mess up. We can't expect people to come in that have lived the lives that they have and not make any cause any mistakes or problems. And you know, we hold them accountable, and that's a big part of that change, is becoming accountable for our actions. And through that change, we see the growth of every one of them. And you know, it's a beautiful thing. It really is, because you know, we look at pictures of when they came in to pictures of when they are now. And I've looked at some this week, and I wouldn't have even noticed, I mean, that was them. I'm just proud of them and how they have just taken their life in their hands and moved forward.
Yeah. So a little bit of background with Family Treatment Court. We haven't been around quite as long as Adult Drug Court. We are almost at our 4-year mark, I guess, if I'm mathing correctly. But we did kick off on February 21st of 2020. That's 5 years. 5 years. I was not mathing correctly.
COVID.
And then, yeah, COVID hit shortly after that. And so it was a weird start. We did have about 5 participants during that time, and we adapted and adjusted and did a whole lot of home visits. And then when the courts opened back up in May, our program grew really quickly. And there were still restrictions and weird things going on at that time, even when the courts opened back up, but everybody really adapted and kind of persevered through that time. So, again, math not my strong suit, but if I have math correctly, so far we have graduated 62 parents and reunified around 91 children. And I know Judge Callahan mentioned we do have some former graduates, but I would like the graduates from Family Treatment Court and Adult Drug Court that are here to stand up for just a second. And I think one had to take kids out, so we've got 3 here. So thank you guys for being here, and we're really proud of everything you guys are continuing to do. I can't talk about our former graduates and not talk about Angela Johnson. She graduated in the first Family Treatment Court graduation on May 6, 2021. And on January 12th of 2023, she passed away after a battle with cancer that she tried really hard to fight. She had a 2-year-old little girl, and she had her life back, and she did everything she could to fight until the very end, and then she did pass away. So I do always want to remember her and keep her in our thoughts on these days especially. So today we are graduating 8 parents, which will unify 16 children. I was a CPS worker before I had the opportunity to have this position, and during that time, what we had for the parents and the families, it was what we had, and it was good. But when we're talking about substance use disorder, it really wasn't enough, in my opinion. Having seen what Sherry had been able to create with the Adult Drug Court program, we talked for years about how we needed something similar for the parents and the families that are going through this same addiction. And so it was a really exciting time for us when we found out that West Virginia was adopted in the Family Treatment Courts, and Judge Callahan fighting for Nicholas County to get one of those first spots. And I really do believe that it makes a difference in the process and in the possibility of long-term success with what they're trying to do. So, do you have anything you want to say about Adult Drug Court?
Just whenever I go to, I can go ahead and do it. So just to reiterate, we are over 101 now graduates, and that's not even counting the graduates that we have sent to other counties. So we've had dozens to graduate with other counties. But we are making a difference, and it's one person, one family at a time. Today is a day that you should be proud of yourselves. At the beginning of the journey in drug court, many of you really just were trying to keep from going to prison. But if that was what motivated you, then I'm good with that. If you really think about it, all of you were fighting for your freedom or the most precious gifts, those beautiful little faces that you were giving, or both. But let's be real. You all were fighting for your life, which was the one thing that you had in common. Because seldom did you know what you was putting in your body. It seems like every day we hear of something new on the streets, how it affects you, and how it takes lives. You often have heard me say, you trust your dealer. I have never heard anyone say yes. That they don't, because they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about what you have to sacrifice as long as they get your money. When you got in trouble, did they come to court with you? No. Did they care enough to reach out to you at the jail or at home? No. Did they walk your journey through treatment courts? No. Did they care about you or your kids? No. People, places, and things. That is what we preached for the years that you guys are with us. You came into our programs broken, having went years and years, learning how to numb very little by getting by, waking up wondering how you was going to get through the day. Throughout your journey with us, you had to talk about the ugliness. We don't want you to go back to that place. And we know you don't want to be back there either. We always talk about graduations and how bittersweet they are to us. It's scary. It is scary on our part, and I know it's scary on yours. Today may be the last time we hear from some of you. Others will stay in touch from time to time, and some will also come and see us all the time. But wherever you fall in that category, just always remember the same people are here to help. Pick up the phone, reach out. And because today starts the real challenge, when there's no legal supervision, no one telling you where you can go, who you can be around, people, places, and things, what time you have to be home, that you just can't call off work because you have a responsibility, that you have to do community service because we owe it to the community, that you have to go to class because you need the tools for your tool belt, or going through the phone because that is where people prey upon you. We know that that's where it starts. That game that you never wanted to be back in, there's no doubt that when others hear of your graduation, that they will hit you up, if they haven't already. Some wanting to go celebrate, some wanting to be that friend to bring you something, or someone to congratulate you and walk by your side. That is your true friend. Some advice, because we do take pride in our treatment programs. No treatment program is a 100% solution for everyone in the day. Sometimes it takes multiple programs or tries to get it right again. But keep doing what you've been doing. Don't stop. Keep structured. You go to your meetings. That's probably the number one reason that we hear people that relapse is because they're not keeping up with their meetings. And the second was don't go back around the crowd that you were in. You have worked too hard to save your life, to keep your freedom, to get your kids and other family members and friends back, to get trust and self-respect. Don't throw it all away again. You may never have another opportunity to have these people in your life. You matter. Your life matters. It matters to all of us. You are not going away empty-handed. Your tool belt is full. You have everything you need to survive, to be productive, and to be there for your loved ones, and to teach and protect your kids from the crisis of the art with drugs, and have been for years. You never have to play that game again. We're proud of each and every one of you. And I also ask family and friends to get involved in their recovery. Be observant, and if you notice past behaviors, reach out, call us. Go to their meetings with them, talk with them. Don't enable and don't ignore the negative behaviors. And I promise, if we hear or see you struggling, we're going to reach out. And to our community, thank you for helping and making changes in our graduates' lives and being a part of putting these beautiful faces back with their parents. Thank you.
behind. So I think we'll just get right to the Family Treatment Court graduates. So first we have Jeremiah Carr. Jeremiah has had quite a journey, and in some ways he's had to learn the hard way, but I think we've finally done it. You want to hold that for Daddy? Jeremiah currently has 563 days in recovery. He completed inpatient treatment. He completed classes in programming that include Thinking for a Change, Relapse Prevention, CBI, and MRT. He's obtained and maintained employment, and that employment for him is night shift. And I don't know how he functions on a daily basis, but he does it, and he does it beautifully. He's obtained and maintained housing. He's repaired relationships with his family. He's stayed strong within his recovery. I asked all the graduates things that they plan to do to stay connected in their recovery after graduation, because like Sherry said, that's probably the number one predictor where we can see when someone's going to come back is when they don't stay connected to their recovery somehow. And Jeremiah said he plans to stay connected to his support systems, attend meetings, and follow his support systems if he feels himself struggling. Goals he hopes to accomplish going forward is to stay strong in his recovery, obtain a better vehicle, build up his credit score, and upgrade he and the children to a larger home. And I think that those are all goals that you're going to accomplish. I'm very proud of you. Daddy always works because he needs to. Yeah, I know. Next we have Alexis Ward. And like Jeremiah, Alexis has had a little bit of a different path getting here this time and had to learn the hard way with some things. But again, I think that you have, and I really think that you can do it this time, okay? Alexis currently has 1 year, 9.5 months in recovery. She completed long-term inpatient treatment. She obtained and maintained employment, now working as a BHA, which Alexis, behavioral health assistant. Okay, I had to ask her, I didn't want to say the wrong thing. She obtained and maintained reliable transportation. She obtained and maintained housing. She has improved relationships that were broken. To stay connected in her recovery, she plans to stay in contact with her sponsor, attend meetings, keep in contact with her sober community, and work towards becoming a peer recovery support specialist to be able to help others in addiction. Goals she plans to continue working toward is starting RN classes, obtaining a better vehicle, completing her PRSS certification, and travel. And I can't wait to see you do all of those things. Next we have Nancy Martin. Nancy's two boys are back here taking pictures of, or watching Mom. Do you guys want to come up with her? Are you good? Okay. Nancy currently has 419 days in recovery. She's completed classes in programming that include parenting, anger management, CBI, MRT, Thinking for a Change, and relapse prevention. She obtained and maintained employment. She has obtained and maintained transportation and housing. Her plan to stay connected in her recovery is to stay close with those at DRC, to continue counseling, and attend meetings. The goals she plans to keep working towards is to stay strong in her recovery, build credit, purchase her own home, and help her kids through school. I can't wait. Next we have Andrew Martin, whose also kids are sitting back here watching. Andrew has 356 days in recovery. He's completed inpatient treatment. He completed classes in programming, including men's trauma, thinking for a change, CPI, coping with anger, and MRT. He has obtained and maintained employment. He has improved and maintained his housing, obtained and maintained transportation. His plan to stay connected in his recovery includes attending meetings, staying connected with the DRC, engaging in sober friendships. The goals he plans to continue working towards is to complete his lineman classes and get hired on with a lineman company, to build a house, to have a 401k, and be able to save money for the future. He wants to continue to remain strong in his recovery and make a great life for him and his kids. Dylan Clark. Dylan currently has 545 days in recovery. He completed classes in programming, including MRT, anger management, criminal and addictive behavior, CBI, thinking for a change. He obtained his driver's license. He's obtained and maintained employment. He's a really good biscuit maker, in case anybody was wondering. I was trying to figure out how I could play Taste the Biscuit when you came up, but I couldn't figure it out, so. He's obtained and maintained transportation and housing, and he stayed very strong in his recovery through this process. To stay connected in his recovery, he plans to attend meetings, continue his counseling, stay connected to his support systems, and participate in recovery groups. The goals he plans to keep working towards include getting a better vehicle, obtaining his CDLs, building his credit, owning his own home, and staying strong in his recovery. All right, we have Patrick Huffman. Patrick currently has 445 days in recovery. And I don't think you'll mind me saying that it was a very rough start. It was rough. But he stepped up and he did what he needed to do, and he had to want it. And the moment he wanted it was the moment it started to work. And that little thing's all worth it. Rotten as can be, just like his mother. But Pat has a really good family support too, and I think that they were a really critical part in why he's been able to be as successful as he has. So we are very appreciative to them as well. He did complete long-term inpatient treatment. He's obtained and maintained employment. He's obtained and maintained transportation and housing. He plans to stay connected in his recovery by continuing to attend meetings, stay connected with his sponsor, and participate in service work because service saves lives. The goals he plans to keep working towards include purchasing a new vehicle and owning his own home. Rebecca Yeager. Rebecca also had a little bit of a rough start, but you did it, and it was worth every bit of it. I'm very proud of you for the things that you did. Rebecca currently has 444 days in recovery. She's completed long-term inpatient treatment. She completed contingency management programming. She's obtained and maintained full-time employment. She has obtained and maintained housing and transportation. She's restored relationships with her family. And actually her sister is one of our former graduates that stood up for us a few minutes ago. She's built a healthy co-parenting relationship. She's built up a strong support system and gained independence. To stay connected in her recovery, she plans to continue attending meetings, continue counseling, attending AA and NA conventions, and maintain relationships with her support systems, family, and friends. To stay in communication with her recovery coach and sponsor, and be actively engaged in the 12-step program and practice healthy self-care. The goals she plans to continue working towards include staying strong within her recovery, furthering her education, having a long-term career, and purchasing her own home. Aaron Cooper. The first time I ever met Erin, I said, "Hey, are you Erin?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "I'm Stephanie. I do the family treatment court." And she said, "You can tell me about it, but I'm not doing your program." And to this day, I will still say that if I have any gray hair under this blonde, they all have her name all over them. But we're here. Erin currently has 515 days in recovery. She completed classes in programming, including anger management, CBI, Baking for a Change, MRT, and the SOZO program. She has obtained and maintained employment, housing, and transportation. To stay connected in her recovery, she plans on staying close with her support systems, which include Stephanie, Rhonda, and her added Michaela to your list, because yes. And to reach out when struggling and focus on her sobriety. The goals she plans to keep working towards include paying off debts, obtaining her GED, work towards obtaining a degree, have a career, and purchase her own home. And I'm very proud of you. And that wraps up family treatment court.
All right, so now to give our 8 graduates their award. Oh, there you are. We'll start with Danielle Hughes. Danielle has 656 clean days. She's working towards her GED, she's got her driver's license, she has her home, she's currently employed. She didn't have any restitution, but she has rocked it. Next is Jeremiah Armstead. Jeremiah has 639 days clean. To obtain his driver's license, he's currently buying a home. He's employed at the mines, and he's paid all of his restitution. Good job, bud. Brandon E. Brandon has 595 days clean. And these are the clean days that I have. Some of them do have a little longer where they were in jail. But he also is obtaining his driver's license. He's currently has got the permit. Oh, can't take it in the weather, right? He's currently, he has his own home, currently employed with Platinum Roofing, and he has been for a long time, it seems like, and your restitution is paid in full. Good job, bud. Diana has 356 clean days. She has her driver's license. She has her own home now. She just has a few little things to get in, but she's got it. She's currently employed through SWARC, and all of her restitution is paid in full too. Scotty Rose. Scotty has 742 days clean. He has his own home. He didn't have any restitution. But Scotty you've really been a joy to us. And, you almost didn't make it because of health problems through this program. But through medical and prayers, like you're standing here today, and just take care of yourself. And we love you.
Yep.
Jessica Neal. Jessica has 1,011 days clean. She's got her driver's license. She has her home. She's currently employed with Marshall Health. And baby Shelby is not here, but we will hopefully get to see her later in this week. Ford Hayhurst. Has 533 days clean. He has a home. He has his driver's license. He's working in the mines. He didn't have any restitution. He's rocked it as well. Ricky Gibson. 25 days clean. He has a home. He's currently employed with J&J. He has his driver's license and his restitution's paid in full. As far as our adult drug course, I'll turn it back over to Judge Callahan.
Okay, I have good news. We have lunch down at the Family Life Center at the Baptist Church. Everybody's welcome to come down there. I also have other good news. I want to have one more joke. We talk about addiction. I was once addicted to the hokey pokey, but I turned myself around. All right. Thank everybody for being here. We're going to move all this out. Everybody can come up for pictures. These portraits that you see here, they go home with the families today. That's one nice thing we can do for these families. The drug court participants, they go home with the dismissal order of their nonviolent charges. So everybody leaves here with something today, and they have their life back. So that's great. Thanks for being here. We're adjourned.
Thank you for coming.